Barclays League promotion and relegation issues are in sharp focus today on the London match. It's Southend against Millwall live from Roots Hall. Southend striker Stan Collymore is one to watch today. His goals since his move from Palace have given the Blues a chance to beat the drop. Mick McCarthy's Millwall have been in erratic form, but the Lions are still well on course for the playoffs. Well, as usual, we've all the local Football League action for you as West Ham charge on towards the Premier League. And we ask what's gone wrong at Griffin Park. A desperate 1993 has left the Bees in the bottom three. Well, good afternoon. Good news and bad news for my studio guest this week. Good news that West Ham are well on course for promotion, but bad news that he's out for a number of weeks with injury. Hammer striker Clive Allen. Clive, first of all, the news update on your injury.
I have a torn calf muscle which needs quite a bit of rest, and unfortunately I'm fighting to make the last few games at the end of the season. Oh,
well, I mean, that's important for you, isn't it?
It could be, yes. Hopefully I might be available when all the work's done and we're promoted, but no, it could be crucial, and I'd like to be back as soon as possible.
Okay, fine. Now, I mean, if they win today, they go level then with Portsmouth. Very important, obviously.
That's right. I think the four that are there will end up in the playoffs, hopefully, and the two that are at the top will go up automatically. But yeah. Millwall desperately need this win today. I think it's something that they must have. If they don't, then I'm sure Tranmere and Grimsby are still in contention. But I do feel the four that are there at the moment are the ones that are in reasonable form, and they're the ones that will stay there till the end.
Well, that's right, because Portsmouth go to Tranmere on Tuesday night. Now, if Millwall don't win this one today, and Tranmere win Tuesday, then Tranmere hop over them.
They can be back in it, yeah. So it is so very, very tight, and it won't be over till later on. But obviously the result today is crucial for Millwall.
But looking at that, the top sort of 7 teams, top 8 teams, because I would include certainly Grimsby in that, they're all football playing teams, Clive. You know, there's not a Notts County, as it were, like let's get it up the park, like Cambridge were when they were successful, get it up the park, knock it over the top. They're all football playing teams, so I think this is saying something for this division.
That's right, and I think that's a real credit to the division, that so many teams that are playing football are up the top, and obviously that when they play one another, there's been some great entertaining games. There's been a lot of goals in the league so far, and as I said earlier, it really is a credit to the division.
Do you think that's a new trend? Because at one stage, you know, a year or so ago, the successful teams, especially in the lower divisions, were the ones who were, you know, just knocking it up the park, playing the long ball game.
Yeah, I think the teams that are there have come to terms with having to scrap for games as well. But the way they play, they've stuck to their principles throughout the season. And as I say, the better footballing sides are up the top, which is good for the game.
Well, as we can see there, the teams are out at Roots Hall. So let's go there now and join our commentary team, who are the former Millwall, Charlton and Arsenal coach and now involved at Fulham, Theo Foley. And first, good afternoon to Brian Moore.
Good afternoon to you, Saints. It's a lovely day to be by the seaside, I can promise you that. Let's just have a look at the two teams then for this important First Division game in the Barclays League today, starting with Southend United with Paul SANSOME in goal. Number 2 is Andy Edwards, 3 is Chris Powell, 4 Adam Locke, 5 Pat Scully, 6 Spencer Pryor, 7 Keith Jones, 8 Paul Smith, 9 Andy ANSAH, 10 the man most of the Premier League have been watching and still are, Stan Collymore, and 11 Stephen Tilson. Southend hit by injuries to striker Brett Angel and to Andy Sussex, suspensions to John Cornwall and David Martin, so they're really without 4 leading players here today, but Andy ANSAH is fit to partner Collymore up front, with a big responsibility in the centre of the midfield too on the 21-year-old Paul Smith, who was recalled just a couple of weeks back from a loan spell with Dover. But of course the main attention here today is again on 22-year-old Stan Collymore, that £150,000 buy from Crystal Palace only last November, and now there's speculation whether he'll move for something like £1.5 million before next Thursday's transfer deadline. Quick profits to be made. Millwall then, Casey Keller in goal. Number 2, Kenny Cunningham. 3, Ian Dawes. 4, Paul Holsgrove. He's in for the injured Andy May. Alex Ray is also suspended for Millwall today. 5 is Colin Cooper. 6, Keith Stevens. 7, Andy Roberts. 8, Ian Bogey. 9 is John Goodman. He's in for Malcolm Allen, who dropped out this morning with flu. 10, Jamie Morley. And 11, Phil Barber. They've really reshaped their midfield. Holsgrove just in front of the back four, Roberts to the right, Barber to the left, and Bogey just behind the front two of Morley and Goodman, who, like Southend's Collymore, are quick and strong and direct players. The prospect of plenty of really good attacking play here at Roots Hall today. The substitutes today for Southend United, it's Mark Hall and Steve Brown, and Tony McCarthy and John Byrne for Millwall. The referee today, Kelvin Morton, Bury St Edmunds in Suffolk, who heard this week, incidentally, that he's going to be in charge of the All-Sheffield FA Cup semi-final at Wembley, so congratulations to him. Theo Foley's with me here, delighted about the job at Fulham for you. Theo, that's working with the kids there?
Yes, thank you very much indeed. As I said, I tried to get with you, but Fulham come in and outbid you.
Good prospect here today, actually.
Yes, I think it is. It's got the makings of a really good contest. I think the four people, the central people, Scully and Pryor and Cooper and Stevens, I think those four players could in fact just see how which way the game's going to go.
The four centre-backs.
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it. Really good contest here.
Fellow Scully, of course, was at Arsenal. Was he at Arsenal with you?
He certainly was. Yes, he was at Northampton with me as well. Big Pat, good lad, big honest big boy. I'm sure he'll battle right to the end.
Well, it's Millwall in a change strip of white today. Southend in the all-blue strip. Southend have already beaten Millwall here in the FA Cup by 1-0 and got a 1-1 draw down at the Den, which is no mean achievement. So away we go. Jones with an early ball wide there for Chris Powell, knocking it long. Stevens backpedaling. Keller coming out. Millwall then with a score to settle here this afternoon. And really with the other playoff contenders, as Saint and Clive were saying, Portsmouth and Leicester both winning yesterday. Really, it's no time for Millwall to falter here today. Southend's throw knocked on by Collymore. Barber trying to get it away, then headed back by Stevens to Casey Keller. Keller, in fact, who made his debut for Millwall against Southend at the tail end of last season. Splendid American goalkeeper. Andy Edwards with the throw for Southend. Collymore flicking it on. He loves to play wide, Collymore, doesn't he? And then float in, drift into those central areas as well.
He has got such terrific pace.
There he is again. Edwards hitting it wide towards the number 11 Tilson on the far side. Chris Powell. Bogey for Millwall. Barber getting in there, getting possession. Morley's on this side of the field. Goodman's up ahead of him. And nicely timed challenge there by the number 6 Spencer Pryor on the youngsters in this Southend side, quickly making a name for himself. He's only 21. Stevens for Millwall. Collymore, there's an example of his strength, shaking Stevens off the ball. In fact, Southend get the free kick as well. And you just get the impression, I've seen Southend 2 or 3 times this season, you just get the impression that they are a better side than their lowly position indicates. They're just one off the bottom of the table, remember. That shadow of relegation still around them. They've got games in hand. This is Scully, the boy from Dublin. Free kick for Southend. Good jump there by Cooper. And Roberts putting it away into touch. Since the arrival of Collymore in November, Colin Murphy, their manager, says that Southend's form really has been not far short of playoff form, but they just haven't been able to put 2 or 3 good wins together. Collymore getting up here. Stevens getting it away, up towards Morley, who's the lone man up front. Quite a link really between Morley and Collymore. Both youngsters, yes, Collymore rather morally jumping for that one. Both youngsters at Crystal Palace. Jamie Morley was telling me that before the game that they used to room together, he and Collymore. Smash and grab they were called. They used to get so many goals in the reserve sides at Crystal Palace. Now, blossomed there, blossoming still more away from Selhurst Park. Jones, Cunningham knocking it away. This is Kenny Cunningham again, from the Republic of Ireland. Forward towards Morley. Very closely watched indeed by Pryor. Pryor again, pumping it forward. Jones, there's a foul on Jones by Collymore. A foul on Stephen Potter by Collymore.
I would say that's one of the things that he's given them, Ryan. He's given them that lovely threat that they can score a goal, and he's picked everybody's confidence up.
SANSOME with the long clearance, but an offside against Southend and a free kick to Millwall.
I'm always a little bit concerned, Brian, that some clubs take the trouble to water the grounds and then it makes it a bit slippy on top, and it often takes players a little bit of a while to get used to it. Millwall look a little bit apprehensive to me at this early stage, not as confident as Southend, as you rightly pointed out.
Well, they've certainly put a lot of water on this pitch in the last couple of days. It's a goal kick. It's a good surface here, though, Theo.
Yes, it is a good surface. The point I'm making is that having played on a hard surface all week and trained on it, it takes a little while to adjust to that little bit of give that's in the ground.
Well, I've mentioned about Collymore being watched by just about everybody here. It may depend, two gentlemen in the stand there, Ronnie Fenton and Alan Hill of Nottingham Forest, are watching just one man and one man alone today, and that's the man jumping for that ball there and just flicking it on, Stan Collymore. Who've made the bid, but and certainly Southend wouldn't be divulging that sort of information, but Collymore apparently has attracted a bid in the last few days of £1.5 million.
He has to interest anybody in trouble, and I think they would certainly be one of the clubs.
Spencer Pryor knocking it forward. There's Collymore again, winning it majestically in the air again, knocking it into a dangerous position in that box. Again, Millwall equal to it. Spencer Pryor tangling with Goodman. Gets it away into touch once more. A throw to Millwall.
Actually, I'm a little bit surprised, Brian, that the lad Cooper hasn't picked him up. Because, you know, with due respect to Keith Stevens, I think Cooper's a better header of the ball. And I thought he would have marked him. It surprised me that. I know he has to play the opposite side.
Stevens getting it away. Bogey challenging Scully, and in the end it's a Southend throw.
They look fairly confident, those two, don't they, Scully and Pryor at the moment?
And also at a time when Millwall's goals seemed to have dried up a little bit. We saw a fantastic performance by them live. I think we were working together, Theo, when they beat Brentford 6. And very shortly after that, they beat Peterborough by 4, and then beat Watford 5-2. I think since then they've scored 3 goals in the last 7 games.
It's a funny thing, scoring goals. Sometimes you can't fathom out how they come so easy, and you certainly can't fathom out when they don't come. Must be football, Brian.
Must be.
And I put it all down to you. It's the television cameras. That's what said in my paper.
Well, most people blame the television cameras for everything, so why not that too?
No, it was you. They actually put it all to you. Nothing to do with Mick McCartney.
Well, here's a free kick then. For Southend, but it came to nothing. It's taken by Chris Powell. ANSAH knocking it now for Collymore. There's his shot, charged down. Might still be on for LOCKE. Collymore's shot again charged down, wanting to be in the thick of it again. And in the end, falling very comfortably for Casey Keller.
He certainly likes a shot.
And the Edwards. TILSON. Dawes with the header for Millwall. And Paul Smith. And the ANSAH knocking a good ball wide there for Chris Powell. In again to Collymore, trying to play it back. It was cut out that time by Holsgrove.
I'd imagine Collins really, Collymor's plan, Brian, is to get them really tightly marked, and he's proved that. He hasn't had any midfielders at Millwall run free, and he's decided to close down at source. No doubt about that.
Bogey. Smith. Cunningham gets it away from Millwall. Southend's throw. Chris Powell. Stevens gets it away. It's Pat Scully. ANSAH on the far side. They've certainly missed Andy ANSAH. He's been out with an injury for most of this season. And Brett Angel out. It's really caused some problems up front, which Collymore to a large degree has solved, it's true. Scully gets that one away. Cooper will collect this with a nice bit of skill there for Millwall. Such a talented defender with a long ball forward. Looking for Morley. Might come for Morley here. And just sliding wide of that far post.
Well, that's certainly one that he would want to do a lot better with. I'm sure Jamie Morley would have been. I would have put money on him scoring from there. Done absolutely brilliant. A very good ball, as you said. And then he had a great right foot chance to score. He should certainly have hit the target and done better. That's one he'll regret.
It was a long ball from the back, I think from Cooper, wasn't it? Taken well by Morley. Holsgrove. Scully knocking it down for Powell. It's hustled there by Roberts. Now Collymore. Side against ANSAH.
That's one of the only threats that you will get, Brian, is that when you close down at source, which Southend are doing, they will be vulnerable to the ball played over the top.
Jones to Collymore. Now this is Collymore at his best. The ball played in front of him and he's got so much pace and he's so powerful and he scores another goal. Southend 1-0. Well, Casey Keller had no chance. It's another goal for Collymore. The first of the day for Southend on this important afternoon. And he showed so many of his qualities there. The strength to get past Cooper, the pace to take it on, and a ferocious finishing shot that gave the keeper no chance. The perfect solution.
It certainly won't do his feet any harm, Brian, but the lad Cooper did very poor for me there. Tried to win a ball that he had no right to even go for, and set Collymore up. Great finish, wonderful strike.
Well, if people around watching today had heard the stories of Stan Collymore, now they've seen it with their own eyes, and here he is again. Why just about the whole of the Premier League have been beating a path to Roots Hall to watch him and to assess him. A lad from the Midlands, formerly with Stafford Rangers, 13th goal of the season in 22 games here, an incredible record. Against a side that's struggling too. There he is again. Sorry, Theo.
The other amazing thing, Brian, is the wealth of talent that Crystal Palace have at the front, with Wright and Bright, Salako and those two. It makes you wonder how they can unearth them all. That was a great goal. I was disappointed in Cooper's tackle there. I'm sure Mick McCarthy will be as well. They just look a little bit loose at the back to me today, Millwall. They don't look as sharp and as bright as I've seen them a little bit before.
Well, there's Mick McCarthy on the left, Ian Evans, his coach, beside him, Millwall management. Stevens. But you have to say, once you saw Collymore heading into that penalty area, you knew really there was only one result, didn't you?
Yes, and as he proved earlier on with his 2 early shots, Brian, he likes the shot, he likes the score. Because that's what forwards dream on. It's funny the boy Morley's missed an even easier chance, and yet he's took a very, very good goal there.
Free kick to Millwall.
I reckon Brian will be on the phone, Brian Clough, right away to Ronnie.
Here's bogey for Millwall. Dawes. Smith getting it away, hitting it long, easy for Keller. Yes, running a risk, got away with it that time. Here's Ian Bogey, played wide for Phil Barber. Played it up to Goodman. Dawes into Barber again. Taken out by Adam Locke. Again as a youngster himself at Crystal Palace, as did Barber, of course, had quite a career there. Still with Locke. Stopped by Dawes. The throw given Millwall's way.
Certainly needed an early goal. I wouldn't think that Millwall enjoyed it, but it needs an early goal to get it going. We've got it now, Brian. We just got to see what it can develop into.
Cooper. Scully's header for Southend. Locke. Up towards Collymore again. Oh, it's a shove there by ANSAH on Dawes. I don't think he's lost a ball in the air this afternoon, Collymore, yet, has he?
So far, he's done very well. Very well on it.
There's another one that he's won.
I'm sure he's aware of the interest now, Brian. I'm sure he's aware that next Thursday he could well be playing for a Premier League club.
Barber. Goodman. And Andy Roberts just offside.
Very, very tight, that one. I thought that was actually morally more than him, Brian. Very, very tight, that.
Let's have a look at this goal again. Yes, he shakes him off, doesn't he, so easily, Cooper. Actually, it was a longer run than I thought. I mean, it was only really just inside his own half when he actually picked up the ball.
Yes, that was the point I was making with Cooper. There's no need to try and win the ball. He set him up for what he did.
Tilson on the far side now for Southend. Chris Powell into Collymore. Time Stevens match strength with strength.
There's a good touch, certainly, for a big lad. I've only seen him once before at Peterborough. He didn't do so well.
I was talking actually to the Southend chairman before the game. He was saying that's the thing. People talk an awful lot about his goals and everything else, but his first touch is really so good.
And I thought Colin saw him pretty well before the game. He didn't want to.
Well, it's a dilemma for Southend, you have to say. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do, but you've got a player that's worth maybe $1.5 million or perhaps a bit more, they might think. Do you sell him and do an awful lot with that money, or do you keep him because you want to stay and be sure of staying in the first division and hope that someone might come again later for him? Who knows?
It's an awful lot of money, Brian, £1.5 million through the turnstiles. That's what you work out. What's best for the club.
There's Locke. Edwards. With Millwall's way again. Barber getting it forward to Morley. Barber planting it forward once again towards Bogey this time, but Pryor's there for Southend. And it'll be a goal kick to Millwall.
You have to say that Southend have really got their tails up, Brian, and Millwall really have been a little bit shocked. I think Morley's miss coming with Collymore's goal hasn't helped their situation at all. But I didn't realise that Keith Stevens come here and slipped, of course, didn't he, as well? He finishes it well. No chance.
Andy ANSAH. Knocked to the ground. Free kick. Tilson's free kick. Scully was there for that.
He's a big useful boy in the air, Pat Scully. I feel that's what Millwall's got to do now. I think they've got to keep working at their passing game. And it is hard work to be involved in a passing team. They must stick with it. That's the only route that they know. I always feel the lad May is such an important member of their team.
Yes.
I think we've spoken about it before as to whether you mark him or whether you don't, in the shape that they play. There's a lot on Holsgrove's shoulders, I think, to fill his boots.
That's
I think he's a super player.
That's at the just in front of the back four, the back part of that diamond in midfield that Millwall have. You're right, Andy May slots in there so well, doesn't he?
Excellent.
Adam Locke with an overhead. Cooper with his header. Stevens. Roberts. Cunningham hitting it forwards. Pryor getting it away to Tilson. Holsgrove. Born in Wolverhampton. Some of the older viewers remember John Holsgrove, his dad, who played for Wolves. Southend. I think it's Clive Allen saying that it's not the easiest place to come where you expect to win, and certainly in recent weeks here Southend have done well against teams at the top of the table. I saw a really good draw here they had against Newcastle, and they really frightened Kevin Keegan's men in the second half, and their last home game was a 1-1 draw against Swindon. Here's Cooper for Millwall, and Southend leading by a goal to nil here. Scorer Stan Collymore.
I always feel that's an area that Millwall have to keep exploiting with the lad Goodman. Got such terrific pace. I'm sure he'll bother Pat and the lad Pryor, who's very quick, but I'm sure that his pace could cause problems.
Barber towards Roberts. Goal kick. Yes, Goodman is quick. We've seen him once or twice, haven't we, this season? And as we've said before, he was in that Rumbelows sprint final at Wembley, which is a sure sign that he can move a bit. And 10 goals to his credit this season. John Goodman. Foul on Collymore that time. Roberts and Stevens climbing over him. Free kick to Southend. Chris Powell playing it short. Keith Jones up towards Andy ANSAH. And Andy ANSAH having a word with the referee, unhappy with the decision, and well, maybe it's Collymore.
Just had a late challenge there on Ken Cunningham. There's no need for that at all. He has got a terrific presence, hasn't he? I mean, and Roberts and Keith Stevens are really trying to counteract his aerial power. Must be 6'3", and he stands 6'3" and jumps.
Yes, the record books put him down as 6'2", but you're quite right. He is a very big, powerful man in every sense.
Anything over 6 foot to me is very big, Brian.
Here he is, head down, chasing again. Cooper there, getting it back with a header to Casey Keller.
And what they've actually done, Southend, he's done his homework. They put a man marker on Bogey as well, and Bogey's now trying to take his marker in almost into the back 4 position. So Collins determined that they don't get any room.
Morley to Barber. Barber having his cross blocked there by the number 2 Andy Edwards. They get it forward again. Cooper gets there before Collymore this time. Plays it now for Kenny Cunningham. Millwall the goal down. Roberts playing it in towards Bogey. Jones. To Smith. ANSAH. Foul on Andy ANSAH by Colin Cooper. Free kick to Southend.
I'm pretty sure Southend wouldn't be down at the bottom, Brian, if they're playing like this all the time.
You can understand why the manager's saying that since November it's almost been playoff form. They look very comfortable, don't they?
They do indeed.
But the record still shows they're just one off the bottom. It's Keith Jones knocking it towards Collymore. Everything goes high towards him. Smith's header. Roberts gets it away. Up goes Goodman, but beaten in the air by Pryor. Smith knocking it forward. Collymore taking it nicely on his chest. Brings Tilson into the play, then goes wide himself. Tilson playing it in now for Locke. ANSAH's alongside him, adding support. Here's Andy ANSAH. The cross comes in. And it was Holsgrove who got it away. Locke and ANSAH. Battling with Dawes. Dawes in the end getting it back, but there was a foul on the Millwall number 3. So a free kick to the visitors.
I don't think Mick would be too happy with the room they're giving the lad Locke here, Brian, in midfield for Southend, the 4. He looks very, very confident and comfortable on the ball. And that's always been one of Millwall's strengths. You know, they shouldn't be letting a little bit of freedom go there very, very easily.
Cunningham injured at the moment. That's why we're being held up here. It's Adam Locke, Croydon boy. An important week coming up for Southend after this one if they can get 3 points here. I suppose if they can get 3 points here, they're away to Notts County on Tuesday, I think it is. A real struggle there. On with that in the moment. On the right of the picture is Danny Greaves, son of Jimmy.
I think you can really only have control over this.
Who's one of the coaching staff here with Colin. Oh, sorry. Go on, what were you saying, Theo?
I was going to say one of the problems is just winning the home ones, Brian. Sorry about that. Jim's boy.
Talking to one of your former players a few days ago, I'm not going to say which one. He said, how on earth do you manage to get a word in edgeways when you've got Theo alongside you?
You know that's not true.
Morley didn't really jump for that one. Smith got that away. There's Collymore again, winning it in the air above Stevens, but maybe there was a hint of elbow there. Certainly something that referee Morton wasn't happy about. And a free kick to Millwall. I'm saying they play at Notts County on Tuesday. If they win here and they can get 3 at Notts County, just wonder whether they might be tempted to say, right, well, we'll let Collymore go. Thursday deadline. Then they've got Tranmere here on Friday. I think what the problem is, the referee is not too happy with the couple of the subs warming up in blue and mistaking the blue, their blue, for the blue of Southend. Collymore again winning it in the air. Tilson trying to take advantage of it, but they get a corner out of it. Conceded there by Cunningham.
That's where the real confidence comes from, Brian. Knock the ball to him, one header, And they almost look like they're going to score from it, you know. You haven't got him there, you won't have that.
Tilson. Knocked in again, the flag has gone up on the far side, for an offside, free kick to Millwall. Play for a throw to Millwall. Putting some private boxes in at the back of that stand here at Roots Hall, the one that's facing us here. Putting in some more seats in due course. Actually, I think they were thinking at one point of trying to get council permission to move to another site, but I don't think that's going to happen anymore. But it's quite a dandy little stadium, this actually, Theo, isn't it?
It's always been a very tidy ground. Very. I've played at the other one as well, at the old one as well. It must be pretty old, eh?
Oh, the old one.
Good shot.
Knocked in by Tilson. Goodman. Barber. Morley chasing. Southend are defending well, they're battling well, and at the moment we're not seeing any of the fluent football that we've seen from Millwall in the 4 or 5 times we've had them live on the match this season.
No, they look a little bit subdued to me, and probably a little bit shocked by the goal, Brian. As I said, I think the combination of that with Morley's miss.
So an interesting one. To the back there, in fact SANSOME was able to let it go.
I actually felt before the game, I felt Pryor and Scully and Cooper and Stevens were the main players. At the moment, they've handled them well. I like getting Millwall to get that passing game going again. That's what they're really good at. I'm sure Mick will be wanting to do that.
Good jump again by Collymore. Here's Locke. Jones used to be with Chelsea. Good spell at Brentford too. Knocked forward this time by Andy Edwards. There's Casey Keller. Southend still leading 1-0. A win here today would take them out of the bottom 3 and put Birmingham City down in the bottom 3 with Brentford and Bristol Rovers. So it's a really important day for Southend, just as it is for Millwall at the other end of the table. Free kick for the Southend team in blue. And Pat Scully will take it. He's a trainee at Arsenal, 22 years old. Collymore will be the target again, although Spencer Pryor's gone up there as well. There's some bumping and boring going on there, involving Cunningham and involving Collymore, and the referee has spotted it. And Keith Stevens being called there as well.
You won't mind how tough it gets, Keith Stevens. The tougher the better.
This is the sort of thing that's been going on, and to be fair, it goes on every time a free kick in this sort of situation is developing, and every time a corner is taken, you'll find that bumping and boring going on, and it's going on at this moment now as it happens. Scully aims that long one, not towards Collymore, but towards Pryor, and Keller coming out just in time to get there before Andy ANSAH. Free kick coming in, and the keeper nicely in control.
They use them on every throw-in as well, you see down that side. As I said, with the free kicks as well. From a flick, you can get anything. Anything can happen.
Powell gets it forward, cut out by Roberts. Edwards. Dawes getting there first. Edwards then getting there first for Southend. A real up and under there. Locke going for it. Cooper wins it well in the air though. Jones just keeps it going. Finds Smith. Back again to Smith from Andy Edwards. Edwards again, planting it forward. ANSAH and Cooper contesting this one. It's Cooper who gets the clearance in without a great deal of conviction though. Back again to Edwards. Locke playing in towards Collymore. There was no foul there. He tumbled over Stevens. And the quick throw out by Casey Keller sends Cunningham on his way now for Millwall. Hit in towards Bogey, but taken out very nicely by Spencer Pryor. Here's Collymore again. Finding Dawes. Goodman turning it in for Barber, persuading Goodman to take his place down that line as well. Just kept it in play. What sort of cross can he find? Might be a chance here for Barber. It's 1-1.
I think that's really pleasing, Brian, because I think it's proved that Millwall can still pass the ball around. I was just going to say all credit to Southend. I think Mick now is having to go to the players at the back, but that was a lovely bit of play, wasn't it? Developed and finished nicely.
Yeah, we'll see it from another angle again. Yes, Goodman did some terrific work, and he just kept it in play there. And now Theo. Back again, and Barber, in the end, quite a simple finish for him.
It was a very good knockback by the boy Roberts. He beat the little left back in the tussle. But it's nice to see Millwall getting back to playing. I thought they were being outfought a little bit there, me, and also they were winning most of the scraps.
Cooper getting it forward to Goodman. Barber. Goodman again. Long-range shots. SANSOME coming out. Certainly nothing SANSOME could do with that goal.
No, he didn't have any chance at all. I felt the boy, the left back, just waited on it. Powell and Roberts beat him, as I said, and then Barber spun off. There was a nice little bit of build-up, which we haven't really seen much of. I think that's the second shot they've had at the goal, Millwall. I'd like to see them get back. I'm sure Mick, as I said, and Ian will be saying, come on, we've got a fight in our hands, let's do it. Collymore, to be fair, was winning the battle, wasn't he?
Was.
They haven't brought him back for the corner kick to keep his strength up the field. Surprisingly.
It's Barber then with the corner for Millwall. And it's another goal, and this time it's Stevens.
Well, honestly, Brian, I can't believe that. You've got Collymore, as I said a moment ago, he's up the field, he's 6'3", and he's got all on his own, Keith Stevens. Wonderful goal. Wonderful timing.
And they don't happen very often for Keith. He scored one previously this season, and that was the second game of the season. And here he is again. Great timing, powerful header beyond Paul SANSOME, and then suddenly Millwall, from being a goal down, up 2-1 up.
Any goals he gets, Keith, he'll tell you they're all good ones. That was a good goal. So simple.
So Millwall 2-1 up now. Game really has come alive here at Roots Hall. Jones. Tilson. He's given a corner to Southend. Which Keith Jones will take. Collymore at the near post. Played instead for Tilson here. Took too long over it. Smith does well there. Eventually the ball squirts clear to Goodman, who's got Barber alongside him, and he's got Cunningham on this side, suddenly popping up in the left-back position. There's his cross. Morley coming in on the far side. He's also got some support from Holsgrove. Gets his cross in. No, it's gone behind.
Actually, that was a glorious opportunity to counter-attack. I wouldn't think Kenny Cunningham opened his mouth there. I would think he just ran, and the lad Goodman was really shocked to find him there.
Corner for
Smashing
Millwall.
one.
Collymore again has stayed back. Such a well-delivered corner, that one. ANSAH gets it clear, but not very clear. Phil Barber crosses it in now with the right foot this time. Stevens in there again, wanting some more of the action. Morley couldn't quite get on the end of that. His feet were too high. It's dangerous kicking and a free kick. Here we are, Theo. Yes, the feet were definitely high there by Morley.
He just made a token gesture. He should have been trying to head it, really.
So a goal kick for Southend to be taken by Paul Sanson, who had some 9 seasons at Millwall. Up goes Collymore. ANSAH playing it on to Locke. Suddenly Edwards is chasing in here. Southend, having looked so comfortable for a good 35 minutes or so of this half, now chasing the game a bit. Millwall, of course, with another very important game next weekend, next Sunday, when they go to West Ham. Midday kickoff, I think that one is. And you'll be able to see that game 3 o'clock next Sunday afternoon.
I think that'll be a real test for him, especially if they could get something here. Because West Ham look as if they've really secured a place, don't they? Along with Newcastle.
Bogey. Morley, that was a good break. Saw the opportunity and took it, but can he finish it off? No. Keith Jones getting in with a very timely challenge there. Collymore goes up. Dawes plays it wide. Up towards Goodman. Collymore. Tilson. In there, but he's offside.
He really didn't want the ball, the boy Edwards. He could have had it about 20 yards forward. Couldn't believe it. He seemed to be finding a little bit of space down this side. This lad here, number 4, seems to be Locke causing Ian Dawson a little bit of problem.
Edwards. Cooper gets it into touch. With about 3 minutes of the first half remaining, Millwall leading by 2 goals to 1. ANSAH, there was a bit of shoving there by Andy ANSAH, free kick to Millwall.
What really annoys me that is it's a fair challenge if he challenges. Once he puts his hands there, he defeats the opposite and gives the opposition the ball.
Cunningham turning away, but obviously well aware of the threat of Collymore. It wasn't a particularly good clearance there by Kenny Cunningham, and here's Collymore again. Jones playing it wide for Tilson. It's a Millwall throw, which Cunningham will take. In case you don't know, of course, it's the first two go automatically into the Premier League next season. Looks very much likely to be Newcastle and West Ham, and then the next four play off for one playoff place to go into the Premier League.
And that will be a scrap.
Well, it will be, because suddenly Portsmouth and Leicester have found some really good form. Swindon are in there, they're playing today, of course. Millwall themselves, I think they look the four likeliest ones. And if Millwall win here today, they go up just behind Portsmouth into fourth place. Playing it in towards Goodman. Terrific goal. A super goal for Millwall. John Goodman, the scorer. And 1-0 down becomes 3-1 up.
Well, it's just quite amazing, Brian. I mean, like I keep saying it, but they've left Collymore up. They've left them 1-for-1. They're not really a big team, Millwall, and yet they've had clear headers for every one of the goals. That is amazing. I'm sure Colin Murphy will go mad.
That's a beautifully timed header.
Superb. Won't do him any harm.
Now Collymore taking them all on, and then is brought down. It's a free kick to Southend, right on the edge of the box, and we're playing time added on at the end of the first half. But a moment here for Southend at least to strike back and get themselves fully back into this game. 3-1 down now. They're calling Goodman back into the wall. Everybody now from Millwall inside their own penalty area.
All hands to the pump.
Straight at Keller from Keith Jones.
He was having a little go there, that lad Cooper on Collymore. He didn't think it was a foul. I thought it was, to be honest. He was late. What a game. 3-1. All down to you.
Now winning that. Collymore. Collymore again, slipping the challenge. Slipping that challenge, and then Cooper goes in there, and off. There's some problems there. Tilson having a little go at Cooper, and a very unseemly last minute of this first half now. I think Colin Cooper could be in trouble for the challenge on Stan Collymore.
He got incensed a couple of minutes ago, Brian, and he's carried it on. I would have thought with his experience he would have known better than that. He's got a big decision to make now, the referee.
It's a red card for Colin Cooper. Sent off, and Millwall down to 10 men. So now what? Well,
I mean, obviously the big lad Holsgrove, I think, will go back in there, but he's really thrown his team into disarray a minute from half-time for an unnecessary challenge. I can't believe it.
The challenge on
really
Collymore. Here's the free kick for Southend. And a bit of pushing there, and a free kick to Millwall.
It was actually just a minute or so before, Brian, that he felt the lad Collymore cheated him, which he didn't really, and then he's reacted in the way that he has. I'm amazed, I really am.
Millwall have got Tony McCarthy, who's a young central defender. They might well bring him on just 1-for-1.
Because I've got Roberts as well there, Brian, I can bring him back there.
Well, a dramatic finish to the first half, not only with the sending off of Colin Cooper, but certainly in the way the game has been turned on its head. And Ian Dawes there having a word. Actually, Millwall now, Keith Stevens there, wanting a word with the referee. And there was a fair bit of finger pointing going on there as well. As the referee goes off the field, you can see him on the left of the picture there now. And still a bit of arguing going on there involving Keith Stevens and Ian Dawes. So Collymore then having put Southend ahead. Millwall then striding into the lead with those goals in quick succession from Barber, from Stevens and from Goodman. 3-1 here to Millwall at half-time.
Welcome back, 3-1 Millwall, and the other score this afternoon is Derby 0, Swindon 0 up there in the Midlands. But this game, it started off like a lovely day down by the seaside, sun's out, everybody's strolling around, and then the whole thing has really boiled over.
Well, I think once Southend went in front, they'd stopped Millwall playing. They couldn't get the ball down, they couldn't pass the ball, and they just kept their foot on the pressure, and Millwall didn't really look as if they were in the game.
That's right.
And then all of a sudden, the first time they really put more than 2 passes together, got a good cross in, they're back in the game, and they've gone on there then and look comfortable winners now, I think.
Well, you can never tell, you know, how things will go in this second half, but let's look at the goals. Collymore's, I mean, we did mention him before the game. We said this could be the danger man.
Yeah, Cooper's tried to nick it in front, got the wrong side, and once he's away, this is his strength. He's so strong and quick. He's in control all the time here. Stevens has tried to close him quickly and unfortunately slipped, but Collymore has kept his cool and finished it well. And that's why there's a lot of people after him.
That's right, class finish. Right, here's the Barber goal.
Good move from Millwall. Goodman does well down the touchline, and one of the first crosses, I think they really get in. And at the back post, the left back's caught. Barber, nice little first touch, and the goal's there for him, which he finishes great.
I thought Roberts did well there, coming across the front of the defender.
Yeah,
to win the first
left
header.
back. Really, if he'd have gone and attacked the ball, he may well have headed it away first, but Roberts did attack it, got in front of him and nodded it down for Barber to finish off.
And that seemed to be just the little injection that Millwall needed, because up to that point, I mean, nothing had been happening. As you say, they were always being second to the ball.
That's right, they grew in confidence, and then they did start to pass the ball. They got the ball into the box, and really the marking was quite dreadful for the second and third goals.
Well, let's have a look at then the Stevens goal, and as you say, the marking was very bad.
He's come from the back here. I don't know, I think Scully was probably the man nearest him, and I would imagine he was supposed to be picking him up. And he's 3 yards from him.
See, that was a nice big hole to run into there, wasn't it? And this, of course, is the Goodman goal.
The same again, and I think it's the right back this time who's on the wrong side, and Goodman has a free header, which he takes gratefully.
So there you are, right into 3-1. And then, of course, we had the sending off. You know, the first thing that happened here, we had Collymore, who has been upsetting them a little bit.
Yeah, he's a threat to them, and
I don't mean upsetting them physically.
No, they're concerned about him. And Stevens dives in a little bit there, he gets away, and then as Cooper comes across, he's going for the ball to start off with, but once he knows that Collymore's away, he's lashed out at him quite viciously, and I think Collymore's very fortunate that he didn't connect with him, because if he had done, there could have been a serious problem there.
Well, if he'd have connected with him, I mean, he would have ended up in the back row of the
stand. Could have ended up on the beach
at
Southend.
Well, that's right. I mean, it was a bit serious, that, wasn't it?
It was a nasty challenge, and the intent was there, and the referee, I think, has done the right thing. Yeah, I didn't think he had any option other than to do that. Okay, well, we'll take another quick break. When we come back, it's Southend against Millwall Part 2. Don't go away. Welcome back. Well, let's go straight back to Roots Hall now, where our reporter Richard Henwood is talking to Millwall manager Mick McCarthy.
Mick, an eventful first half to say the least.
It has, hasn't it? It's all happened.
For the first half out, you looked to be struggling against that day.
We were. We started dreadfully. We were very, very poor. Didn't compete. Hassled us out as everything. We never got a tackle in. We were useless for half an hour. 15 minutes to go. We've started to play, and we've got 3 goals.
Now, you've obviously got to come up with some kind of plan to stop Stan Collymore. What was the original intention?
We didn't have any plan to stop him. We just play against the team. We know he's a good player, but we didn't have any special plan. We didn't man-for-man mark him. We'll just deal with it as it comes.
All right, thanks very much.
All right.
So away we go then at the start of the second half. 3-1, remember, to Millwall. And what do we see? We see that Andy Roberts has gone back into a central, it's gone more or less to a centre-back position. It's Tilson now for Southend, though. Taken too long. Showed too much of it to Holsgrove, who in turn showed too much of it to Paul Smith. This is Chris Powell. Up to Morley. Goodman. Goes straight through to Locke, though. Collymore trying to get ANSAH away on the far side. So what change have they made, Theo? They put Roberts there as a centre-back.
Yes, and they've just withdrawn Goodman, and they'll play with Morley up on his own, and he'll just have to hold the ball up for them. But Cooper's really thrown them into disarray at a time when, for me, it wasn't necessary at all.
Played on up to Morley. Yes, Goodman's taken a withdrawn position away on the right-hand side of midfield now.
Well, what they'll try and do is stop the Southend fullbacks coming out and leave Morley to contend with Pryor and Scully. That's a good plan. Roberts can play at the back anyway. There won't be any hardship for him to be back there.
Jump by Pryor. Referee, incidentally, at half-time said he saw Cooper coming, as he put it, from the other side of the pitch, and his intent was clear.
I really admire the referee in that instance, Brian. I've seen players sent off for, you know, 2 names being taken, but that's a deliberate foul. I'm sure when Colin sees it, he'll feel exactly the same way. I feel a bit saddened for him, but I think he's acted very silly.
Holsgrove. A bit of elbow going in there. Pryor on Morley, it seemed to me.
It's going to be a bit of a shame for Millwall in that I think they're going to have to sacrifice a little bit of their passing game for what's happened. They're now going to have to really knuckle down. Mick was so honest early on, and I think he was right. So now they have got a fight on.
Keith Jones. And the ANSAH chasing for Southend, but the ball beats him into touch.
It'll be some scalp if Millwall can get this one with 10 men.
Crystal Palace performed heroics with 10 men up at Bramall Lane yesterday.
It certainly is possible, but it's very, very hard.
ANSAH. Collymore being hustled by Holsgrove, but still has the presence of mind and the strength and the skill to pick up Locke on the far side. Locke's cross coming in there. ANSAH going for that one just as Collymore was ducking in underneath it. Scully getting it forward, Roberts getting it away, Morley a 1 against 1, but Spencer Pryor there for Southend. And an offside, I think probably against Adam Locke.
You sometimes get the feeling with Collymore that he lets the game pass him by. And if he doesn't, and he puts his mark on it, he's as effective as anybody. He's had a spell now where he's been more concerned with other things other than football.
Here's Morley. You were looking at that as though you thought there might have been something there.
That looked very, very tight to me. I wouldn't think that was one that you just forget. He did the referee now, and then he was in a very good position.
Barber. Scully's header for Southend. Millwall, remember, leading by 3 goals to 1. Ian Berge to Jamie Morley. Well, this is the instant we were talking about a moment ago. Scully on Morley. No, I don't think so.
All eyes might be failing me, Brian.
Try for Holsgrove that time, but not for Collymore. ANSAH taking it nicely on his head a couple of times, but plenty of Millwall defenders are back. So what have Southend got to do now to take advantage of this 11 against 10?
Well, the first thing they have to do for me is definitely throw more men forward. There's too many men doing nothing at the moment, and you have got an advantage. And sometimes the players on the field don't realise it, Brian. I know that's an amazing statement, but they don't. I think they've got to throw just one midfield player right at the front and make him have a go. I hope Colin can't hear me. Maybe make him have a go over here as me saying that.
Bogey getting it away. Goodman trying with Holsgrove to force it forward for Millwall, but it's a free kick for them.
I really mean that. I do feel that players playing like the fullbacks will tend to stay back. They play 4 against 1. You only need really 2 against 1 as they've got. Now those players are going to do something.
Keller with the kick for Millwall. Morley just flicking it on. Edwards. Good jump again by Collymore. Dawes helping it forwards. Bogey's header. Then one by Scully for Southend. Collymore the little touch, but this time picked up by Goodman. Cunningham back to Keller.
You can actually see what Millwall are trying to do. They're trying to take all the tempo out of the game, keep it nice and slow, and hope that Southend won't notice that the game slipped them by.
Morley chasing this one. Bogey miscuing. Yes, really the onus is on Southend now to up the pressure and up the tempo, isn't it?
Yes.
Collymore's header. Stevens gets it away.
As I said, he'll be happy there that that little lad, Roberts, he'll be quite happy to stay there and play alongside Keith Stevens. It's not unusual for him. He's a good reader, he knows what's going on.
Yes, he was 19 years old yesterday, was Andy Roberts. I mean, he's going to be quite a power in the Millwall scenario for quite a few years now, I would have thought. Locke getting that one across now towards Tilson. He's tucked out. Beautiful goal! A wonderful goal there by Stephen Tilson. And that really does bring Southend firmly back into this game.
Well, there was a couple of real lapses there. First across, and the finish by the boy Tilson was unbelievable. And I'm sure, I mean, everybody looking at challenges. There's no challenge from one ball, no challenge on the other ball. He's left him for dead.
Good work here by Locke again. Hoists a really good cross in. Tilson's only his 2nd goal of the season. And what a goal it was.
He's done very well, Locke, hasn't he? He's definitely caused Ian Dawes problems. That was Roberts, I think he beat there, wasn't it? My, we've got a fight on now.
Stephen Tilson, a lad from Wickford. Back pass, maybe of the day, maybe of the season, from Holsgrove deep inside the other half. Keller gets it away. Up towards Goodman. Southend really feel that a point's here to be saved. Stevens with a header. A lot of pressure on Millwall now. Jones knocking it forward for Southend. In comes Pryor, but there was a foul on him by Goodman. Free kick to Southend. Not taken from the right spot. It'll need to go back there. It'll be Chris Powell with it.
This is another thing you see that they're going to miss Cooper here from set plays. He's very, very strong.
On there by Powell. Oh, tremendous shot there by Scully, I think it was. Just crashed into a Millwall defender. ANSAH on the turn there, and a shot into the arms of Keller.
Well, they never would have had the end of that.
There's plenty of life about Southend at the moment then.
There certainly is. If Peter scored there, Pat, everybody in Dublin would have known.
Actually, I wouldn't mind seeing that one again, because that was a terrific shot hit with great power, and I think it just hit a Millwall player who couldn't do anything about it. Now Morley for Millwall, trying to flick it wide there for Goodman.
I would say the one thing Millwall mustn't do now is give the ball away.
Substitution is about to be made. They're going to take off, that's the moment we were looking at a moment ago. Let's try and get ourselves sorted out now. A double substitution. Bogey and Goodman coming off. And Tony McCarthy, the defender from Ireland, and John Byrne, also a Republic of Ireland player. There's McCarthy. And John Byrne, whose time actually at Millwall has not been so successful since his arrival from Sunderland. Just 1 goal in 11 games. And now a chance to put things right. And he's going to be the one man up front, O'Reilly Bird, trying to keep Southend preoccupied in defence. In the meantime, it's the Millwall defence that's preoccupied at the moment, trying to hold up Adam Locke. Barber does it, but not terribly well. Edwards plays it in again. Tilson thought about going for that and then changed his mind. The whistle's gone and it's a free kick.
Young Roberts has moved and decided to bring McCarthy on. He's a natural centre-half, which you didn't, I think, mention. He's come on and he'll just... I mean, obviously, Collymore is such a threat, Brian. Every flick on, he has proved he's beaten everybody in the air today. And Millwall must keep the ball, and I would think young Bourne, when he's on, he'll be asked to keep the ball as long as he possibly can. He is capable of doing that on his day.
Byrne flicking it on. Scully getting it away up to Collymore. Dawes. And again taking it from Roberts. Flicked by Barber now. Wide for John Byrne. Can't keep it in play.
That's actually what I want him to do, hold the ball. Goodman doesn't hold the ball, he runs after it.
This is boiling up into quite a finish actually now, isn't it?
I think this could be very, very interesting. We could have some real fireworks before the end of this one.
Jones gets it away. Collymore's chasing. Getting his cross in, but ANSAH won't get on to the end of that one. It was the first touch by McCarthy. Gets it away, clear. Byrne trying to flick it for Stevens, who's on that far side. Gets the ball through to Roberts. Now Holsgrove. Barber. Jones. That'll be a little word from the referee. Just calm down. It's the incident again. Provides Southend with the free kick. To be taken by 21-year-old Andy Edwards. Little chip in there. In fact, who was up there amongst the attackers. Scully trying to get a finishing touch to it, but again Millwall scramble this one away, out as far as Byrne. A little touch by him to Cunningham, and a chance for them to break, but not a lot of white shirts up there for him to aim for. Now there's a few more getting forward. Cunningham's having problems with his own, but Tilson, who scored that second excellent goal for Southend. Millwall leading 3-2. Chris Powell. Stevens gets it away. Holsgrove all a little frantic at the moment.
Millwall are really just good in the midfield in the hope that they can just stem the tide. At the moment it's looking very, very difficult for them.
Stevens with a header. McCarthy didn't get to it. Collymore, but the flag is up. Keller saves in any case. So Millwall leading 3-2. The other good news for Millwall fans is that we hear from the baseball ground, Derby County are leading Swindon by 1-0.
there.
So, an hour gone. Southend 2, Millwall 3. Stevens with a free kick to bring a bit of respite now for Millwall. Corner given.
It's a very good ball, really, under the circumstances, because that's about the only area that you don't have any advantage. Just hit the ball in there and everybody's level.
You just joined us. Collymore put Southend ahead, then Millwall went into a 3-1 lead at half-time. Barber, Stevens and Goodman. They had their defender, Colin Cooper, sent off, so they're down to 10 men, Millwall. And in the second half, Tilson has brought it back to 2-3. Here's a corner for Millwall. The flag on the far side is up again, though. McCarthy's header.
It's quite amazing that. He actually put the ball out from the kick.
That's right. Just swerved it out and then came back into play, so it's a goal kick for Southend. Paul SANSOME with it. I suppose Collymore didn't get that header though. It was Stevens who got that one and that one. Roberts, and now Morley, Byrne, Morley, Barber offside.
That's the only real hope they have. If the lad Bourne can hold the ball and get one breaker from midfield, they'll put him under pressure. I'm sure that people watching at home can't believe that there is one man short and the other team possibly don't realise it. Sometimes when you play, you don't even realise it.
Paul SANSOME with the free kick for Southend. Tried to find Scully. Paul Smith playing it in. Good jump there by McCarthy. Jones plays it wide again. The LOCKE, who's got in some good crosses, but not this time. He was stopped. But he's having another go. Stopped that first time by Dawes, who then prevents it going for the corner, but it'll be a throw to Southend. Barber battling against Edwards. McCarthy gets it clear. Young lad, McCarthy.
He's also from Dublin, and it's a fairly good baptism for him.
Yeah, they paid £100,000 for him, I think, from Shelbourne.
That's correct, on one of Mick's trips.
Here he is now with the clearance. Derby County, I understand, have gone 2 goals up against Swindon at the baseball ground. Oh, the linesman had the flag up for offside. Howls of protest from the Southend fans on the far side who felt that he wasn't offside. And the referee unhappy with the way the free kick was taken because the ball was moving.
It was actually Keith Stevens in a panic there. He ran back. He was offside, but Keith Stevens, quite right, wasn't sure, and he decided to do something about it. There's one in Keith Stevens is he is an honest lad.
Tough with the kick. And tough. Pryor. Tilson. Now getting it away up towards ANSAH. Clearance by Dawes. Byrne chasing, but I fancy SANSOME will get there first. But it's a throw to Millwall. Back he goes. SANSOME joined Southend 5 years ago this week. Morley. And Tilson gets it away, but only as far as Cunningham. Byrne taking it to the byline, hoisting a good cross in there. Roberts had gone just a little too close to the near post to be able to finish that one off, but gets the ball back to Ian Dawes. Bit of pressure now from Millwall down to 10 men, but Pryor gets that one clear. Well, they claimed a handball there. Referee said play on. It's Stephen Tilson into Stan Collymore.
It's really about the only part of his game this week when he stops and doesn't know where to go.
Dawes. Just Byrne up front. Pryor watching him carefully. Had a really good game as Spencer Pryor at the back for Southend. Forward towards Collymore. noticeable actually that Southend very sensibly, with just Millwall playing just one up, they're leaving Pryor back to deal with that situation, and Pat Scully is now playing more or less as a midfielder come striker, isn't he?
That's right, because he's fast, Pryor. Pat's a very good challenger. He'll certainly cause him a few problems.
Scully's come back now to defensive role. Edwards. Collymore. Finding Locke. Well, been a touch by McCarthy.
The only real rest, Brian, you're going to get Millwall is if they can keep the ball and get plenty of passes in. It becomes more difficult as players get tireder, but they must keep trying to do it.
Tilson. Edwards. Roberts. Free kick to Millwall, the foul on Andy Roberts.
Actually, the Southend crowd have gone just quiet now. They're a little bit overawed by the whole thing. You'd have thought when they scored the goal to get it 3-2, they would really help them on again, but they haven't. Perhaps they're frightened as well.
Scully, good jump. And Burns chasing. But, look at Paul SANSOME. Excellent play. Chris Powell. Tilson into Jones. Collymore waiting. Tilson's there. Might be able to get across in, will he? There's a free kick for the foul by Holsgrove, or is it a corner?
It's a free kick.
It's a free kick. A chance for Powell to dink a little one in.
This could be very, very dangerous.
Free kick it is, just outside the box. Plenty of blue shirts are there. Collymore's in there. Scully's in there. Pryor's come up from the back as well. Powell with the kick. Pryor with the header. Goal kick for Millwall.
I would think that was the reason that Mick's brought him on, his namesake, because he's very good in that position.
Just over halfway through the second half now. Southend 2, Millwall 3. Jones. Byrne. And again, Byrne. Edwards holds him up this time. Scully playing it forward towards Collymore. Showing the back for Collymore by McCarthy. A free kick again to Southend.
That's one thing you don't want to do. Give too many free kicks in these areas.
Exactly. Well, it's Tilson with it.
You've got Scully, Pryor and Collymore.
3 6-footers in there, and Andy Edwards has joined them, another one. Going towards Pryor. So McCarthy did rather well there. Powell didn't do so well there. Morley couldn't take possession either. Cunningham. To Roberts.
They've lacked a little bit of fire, Southend, when you imagine that they have got the advantage numerically and everything, and home advantage, playing quite well. I would have thought, they would have given a little bit more than what they have at the moment. Millwall aren't pushing up, they're just leaving the space and hoping to deal with the problem.
John Byrne.
That's where he's very good, John Byrne, though. I mean, he will hold the ball in those areas.
go to Millwall. Here's Byrne again. Given away this time. Forward by ANSAH. Collymore chasing. And he had pace there to get past Stevens, and the strength as well. Tilson, the lightning doesn't strike twice. Tilson couldn't get on to the end of that one, but it's still Southend with Powell. Crossing it in again towards Tilson. A touch on by him. He was shoved in the back as well. But the referee claims that came off a Millwall player. It seemed to come off a Southend player to me, but a corner's been given.
He seems quicker, Collymore, as he gets going, doesn't he? Seems to run out of ground.
So Tilson with the corner. Southend looking for an equalizer. A little deeper this time. Good jump by Keller.
That's the one thing you want there. He can come and get them.
Casey Keller, of course, in the United States 1990 World Cup party, and certainly will be so in '94. I think also he'll probably play a part in the US Cup this summer in the States, where England, Brazil, Germany and America are in a four-sided tournament, and such a lot of pleasure to come for you watching football on ITV. Those matches will be seen this summer from America. Locke with the cross. Tilson trying to get in there again. Powell with a shot, and he had so much more time to do rather better than that.
That's a wasted one, really. Actually, that was where the second goal came, wasn't it, from that type of cross? Yeah, he did well, actually. He just did enough to put Tilson off. Just stopped him jumping.
Locke's done well here again, hasn't he?
He's done very, very well. Yeah, he has done well. He's, as I said early on, I thought he caused Ian a lot of problems. Ian does.
So a goal kick then for Millwall. A little over a quarter of an hour left. There's Morley. Now hustled by Byrne. Scully. Locke looking forward for Collymore. Happy watching Collymore now, but Collymore gets the ball in and flicked on once again. Smith that time. ANSAH's in there. The whistle had gone. The flag was up for an offside against Andy ANSAH and possibly against Steve Tilson as well.
He's very lucky there. Keith Stevens, very relieved man there. He played offside, Keith, and the lad went back with his marker. I think that was very, very good for us. He's having a go at him now. The forward back helping his defence play. Sometimes give me more trouble than anything else.
Well, it's a free kick now to Southend. Chris Powell with it.
They've had plenty of these, but they haven't done much with them, have they?
They haven't done much with that one as yet. Jones playing it in again. Cunningham getting it away. Morley with a chance of knocking this one forward, but
it's very easy to criticise there, but the thing is he's only got one target. The only the ball actually was the other side at Barber. And they're probably shouting him to hold rather than go. Probably people watching at home don't realise that when you lose a player, of course you've lost his space and his position and his distance.
Collymore again. Smith. Tilson. Collymore just knocking it on. Locke trying to get there. ANSAH couldn't quite get on the end of it. Scully playing it wide for Edwards. Down the line for Locke. Played well there, Edwards. And they get a corner out of it.
I would think that as the game goes on, this is the best route they're going to have, Southend is scoring.
Well, they've got a quarter of an hour left to pull this round. They're 2-3 down Southend. Tilson again with the corner. Kane played wide and deep there towards Scully, knocked down by him. Roberts gets it away for Millwall. Locke just playing it back for Powell. Dawes. Byrne. Little touch back there for Dawes. Played wide for Cunningham. Played in again now for Byrne. Oh, just wide of the goal.
And look at all those Millwall players in the box. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the box. That was a great little bit of play.
Says a lot for them, actually, having been defended for so long, that three of them, Holsgrove, Barber and Morley, had got forward into that Southend box.
I think that's a very good substitution, bringing John Byrne in. I think he'll hold the ball much better. They've actually took the liberty now, pushing Morley a little bit more forward.
Byrne again. Yet I suppose if Malcolm Allen hadn't gone down with flu this morning, Byrne might not have even been in the squad for this one. Because Goodman was down as one of the subs, the striking sub.
It's a funny game.
Morley chasing. TILSON. Holsgrove gets it clear for Millwall. Good turn there by Pryor, trying to hold off Byrne. There's a bit of shoving going on there. Pryor claiming that he was having his shirt tugged by Byrne. He was using his elbow to hold Byrne at bay. And Byrne is going to be booked for that shirt tugging that you can see there.
He actually got the wrong side of him, and then he tried to redeem himself.
It's not a very clever thing for Pryor to do in any case, start flailing out with your arms. That doesn't help, but it's a yellow card then. And Mark Hall, a young striker coming on for Southend. We'll see who they took off there while all that was going on, but let's check that out. Number 4, we think, do we? SCULLY. Number 2 came off. Andy Edwards. Happy.
As I said early on, I thought that was a move that they had to make ages ago. Throw another one in there.
Smith to Powell. Here's Hall. It's not a bad ball, but the flag is up on this side for an offside.
If a wide player just holds onto the ball just a little bit too long in that position, the defenders can come on. Millwall are very, very good at it.
So the sub Mark Hall on in place of Andy Edwards. So they've sacrificed a defender to put a little more effort up front. They have about 11 minutes left now to pull this game round. Smith, who's done a lot of good work in that midfield for Southend. LOCKE onto Collymore. It's another corner. It came off McCarthy.
He done very poorly there, the lad Holsgrove. He had 3 options there. Players going forward for him, and he got caught in possession. I do feel that May is such a big loss to them there.
Well, here's the corner. TILSON once again with it. Thrown in a good one this time, but just a little too close to Casey Keller.
It's such a relief, that, isn't it? When the keeper comes and collects the ball, and it's your team. He kicks it towards the corner.
That's a football brain talking forward, huh?
Correct.
Experienced goalkeeper at the other end, Paul Sanson. He's got the captain's armband on against his old club. You'd have had him at Millwall.
Yes, that's with Sammy. Marvellous. Smashing lad as well.
So he might be a bit of a cricketer. gets it forward. Scully again, the young Irishman for Southend United. Came off Collymore, so it's a Millwall throw. Inside the last 10 minutes. Morley. Byrne chasing, but Pryor gets there first.
Very impressive, Brian, isn't he?
Pryor.
Very, very good.
A terrific game, I think. In fact, both the centre-backs of Southend, I think, have had a terrific game. Colin Murphy on the left and Danny Greaves alongside him. Realising now that time's beginning to run out. I think also Southend a little disappointed. Having got that second goal so early in the second half against the 10 men, they've really not troubled Millwall greatly since then.
No, they haven't really put the sort of pressures aside that you'd have imagined, and even the crowd have done the same thing. I don't know why. Actually now playing with 5 forward players, Southend.
It's a foul by Locke. It's a free kick to Millwall.
I'm sure when they think about it, they'll be amazed, as we are.
8 minutes left. Millwall wanting to get the physio on for
I think he just wants a little rest.
but I think the referee felt that might just be a little bit of gamesmanship. Up to Byrne. And here is Southend again. Powell hitting it forward to Tilson. Smith. ANSAH nudging that nicely with his head wide towards Locke. But Millwall get it clear again to Morley. Looking to go past Scully. Millwall's throw.
I think all the Millwall lads would feel well and truly happy with their performance in terms of effort. As Mick said, the first half an hour, they didn't really give as much effort. Certainly didn't play as well. I thought they were very, very nervous early on.
Ian Dawes struggling a little bit, but the referee again saying, no, I'm not allowing the physio on. It's going to be a goal kick.
That's one of the things that happens with players. Sometimes actually test referees, and then it's like the boy and the wolf. When they are hurt, and the referee takes the wrong action.
That's right.
I understand why he wants to rest at the door. He's probably tired.
Well, you've got about 7 minutes now to go, and for you to decide the man of the match, Theo. That's an offside against Morley, surely.
That was a very, very good header by the boy, McCarthy there.
Collymore. Can Jones get in there? He's given a penalty, has he? He's given a penalty. No, looks like an indirect free kick. An indirect free kick. Let's see what this is. Just an obstruction in the box there, or what? Well, are you as baffled as I am?
Well, that seems very harsh to me. If he's going to give anything there, he must give a penalty. That's what the lads are saying, I think.
But he's given an indirect free kick.
Well, this would be quite amazing. John Bourne just deciding to go back.
So what do we do? Do they try and... it's got to touch another player, of course. For those of you who don't know, indirect. It can't go directly into the goal.
Try and fill that goal.
Tilson will play a little touch, and I imagine Collymore might try and belt it. But what's going to be important for the referee is to keep the Millwall wall back, the required 10 yards. Well, we're a little over 5 minutes of the game left, and it's really poised here now. Collymore's shot straight into the wall. Great save by Keller, a fantastic save by Keller from Locke, and Millwall survive.
Well, they wore their heart in their sleeve there, but that was a splendid effort. I thought the block was good, and then the save was even better.
Let's see it. This will be a good angle to see it. Charge down there, and then it comes out to Locke there. It's a terrific save by Keller, and there's an offside against Powell. 5 minutes left. Still Southend 2, Millwall 3. Byrne playing it on for Barber. Vital points at stake with just a few minutes left now for both these sides. Millwall, if they win, go up into 4th place behind Portsmouth, increase their chances of a playoff position. Oh, there's some problems over there now. And there could be more problems here. There might be another big decision for the referee to take. I think it's Ian Dawes who was hauled away by his teammates.
It's most unlike him.
You have a look at that, Theo, while I'm having a look to see what the referee's going to do about it. In fact, he's just going to give a throw here and take no other action.
Ian's actually picked the wrong man. It was a 7 who actually caught it, but it's most unlike him. He's a hard little man, Ian Dawes, but very, very fair. I had him as a boy, a QPR, smashing.
He's had over 250 appearances for the Super Hoops.
And again now, can Tilson finish this off? It's an equalizer. 3-3. Tilson's second. And before today, he'd only scored a single goal this season. The Southend have snatched possibly a draw then with 3 minutes to go. A little flick on there. Collymore again involved. Touched on again, I think possibly by Jones or maybe ANSAH. And in the end, tucked away by Tilson to make it 3-3. Theo Foley.
Collymore's actually got it on the back of McCarthy's head, and I think Ken Cunningham is anticipating the other ball, and he's took his chance well. That's a splendid finish.
Splendid finish, and a super little header by Keith Jones actually that put Tilson clear.
Yeah, I would think that they'd be mad at that Millwall, because that was a soft goal to concede.
Byrne to Morley, 3-3 now. Barber, it's not over yet. Barber shot charged down by Scully.
He's funny, Collymore, isn't he? He's very funny, Collymore, Brian. He's not in it, and when he is in it, something seems to happen every time he's in it.
I didn't think he actually got a clear header on that one. I think it probably came off the defender, but his presence was enough. 2 minutes to go now.
Of course, at this stage, you've got to realise that Millwall have played 45 minutes with only 10 men, conceded that early goal, and appeared to really weather the storm. And then to give a goal away like that, I'm sure they'll be mad. I don't know what young Ken was doing there. To me, he definitely got caught the wrong side of a very good finish. 2 good finishes he's had.
So we've got to talk about man of the match now, Theo. A couple of minutes ago, you were talking about couple of Millwall players. You've changed your mind a bit, I think, haven't you?
Well, I have really. Up until then.
Cross coming in.
I'll be honest with you, Brian. Up until then, I was going to give it to my very good friend Keith Stevens for his performance without Cooper. I thought he handled and weathered the storm very well, along with young McCarthy, who's done well. But I've got to give it now to the young man with the goal. I thought his first goal was brilliant, Tilson. Second goal was superb.
Excellent finishing for both his goals, and it's pulled the game round for Southend United, and Stephen Tilson is the man of the match. But it's not over yet. Byrne trying to play it into the path of Barber, and Millwall get a corner. So Millwall's corner. We're playing in the last minute of the game. The score stands at 3-3. Cunningham playing it in there. And Tilson, the man of the match, gets it away. An important header there for him. Jones. Well, Southend have been a bit of a jinx on Millwall this season. A draw at the Den. They knocked Millwall out of the cup, and now they've come back from 2 goals down, admittedly against 10 men, to snatch a 3-3 here at Roots Hall, and to provide us with a very dramatic game for the First Division, which is not over yet. Morley getting across the face of that Millwall goal once again. Cunningham trying to go in there, battling there with the Hall, and what's been given, I think Hall is getting a yellow card. That seems a bit harsh to me, I must say. There was two guys genuinely in the last minute of the game going hell for leather for the ball. What do you think, Theo?
Yes, I agree. There wasn't anything else in that. I think they were both too honest to just for the ball. That was the thing. Had it been going for anything else, I think it would have been a penalty.
But it's a free kick then for Millwall. Now there could be something here. Barber might put a wicked curl on this one. Cunningham is behind it as well. But I would have thought Barber might be favourite. Try and curl one in maybe the far corner or the near corner. It deflected off the Southend defence. It's a corner for Millwall. We've played over a minute of time added on. And the score is 3-3. Still there to be finished off. Great flying head of that time from Paul Smith. Scully with one for Southend. Dawes now for Millwall. And Byrne. And Morley. And Roberts on the far side. Still with Roberts. No, a Southend boot pokes the ball into touch. Millwall's throw. Close to 2 minutes of time added on now. No foul.
You have to give Millwall credit. They have really had a go, haven't they?
But here's Collymore. But Cunningham's got back quickly. The pass is back to Keller.
I think the referee's enjoying it.
Final whistle. A point apiece after a thriller at Roots Hall. Collymore having put him ahead. Southend. And suddenly Barber, Stevens and Goodman. Replied for Millwall. Coopers gets sent off. And then Tilson with those two in the second half. The last just 4 minutes from the end. Make sure that it finishes all square at Southend United 3, Millwall 3. Theo?
There's one thing, Southend definitely won't go down if they play like that. And when you read out the results of the teams that they've played, I'm sure the biggest thing of all will be the loss of Cooper. I think Millwall would have definitely won the game if he stayed on. And I'm certain that when he thinks about it tomorrow, he'll be very, very sad.
Let's have a word with the man of the match.
Quite a comeback in the end, you made it through.
Yeah, 3-1 winning, 3-1 down. You know, it was really disappointing. We got a man sent off. We felt we could get back in it. We needed an early goal, and gladly I got that one.
The sending off was obviously crucial. What was your view of that?
Well, personally, I thought it was definitely sending off. You know, it's a terrible tackle. Bloke's got past him, and he's just kicked out of him.
And your goal scoring hasn't been too good for you this season. This is only your second and third.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I haven't played as many games as I'd like to have, but there you go. I've got to keep scoring now.
Every point is crucial. I mean, are you happy with the point at the end of this?
At the start of the game, we'd obviously liked to have 3 points, but 3-1 down, you've got to be happy with the point.
All right, congratulations, Steve, man of the match.
Thanks a lot. Cheers.
Yeah, I think you should be at that. Let's look at the bottom there at Southend. Well, they're still there, 36 points, you know. Oh.
Yeah, they've still got a game, so they can go 39. They can climb out of it. It's looking very difficult.
It was a great fight back and away for them. I know they were playing against 10 men, but you know, to get a couple of goals in the second half.
It was,
the Tilson goals. Let's have a look at the first one. And here we come.
I think really, with them being down to 10 men, the midfield players got forward there, got the crossing. This is a great volley, because how many times you see those go high and wide?
Yes.
He's controlled the volley. He's not lashed at the ball. He really made a good touch.
And here's the second
Collymore helps it on again from the lad, and a great finish again.
He's not another volley.
He's not lashed the ball. It's a nice, sweet contact on the ball, and two good finishes.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to say in a way, well done Millwall, you know, to battle away there.
Yeah, I think it was so crucial to sending off, turn the game, and really at 3-1, the sides even Stephen, no problem at all for Millwall. Sending off changed the whole picture of it.
It was a good afternoon's football, that's for sure. Right, that's it for another London match, and we've got a cracker for you next Sunday. West Ham against Millwall kicks off at 12 o'clock, but we'll show you the whole game at 2:30, plus, of course, all the other relevant Barclays League acts. For now, from Clive Allen and myself, good afternoon.